Hopefully it won't be too far away. See here, contest of speed. Scroll down, find that one. There it is there, if I'm not mistaken. And I can hear myself, which is great. So everything's working as it should be. So, with the stream up and the chat up, welcome everybody to round one of the AM1 championship here on Contest of Speed. The opening round is the traditional season opener in modern Formula One, the Albert Park Street Circuit, the home of the Australian Grand Prix, opened in 1996, replacing the Adelaide Street Circuit. It's a 5.3 kilometre or 3.3 mile 16 turn racetrack that is mediocre at best, in my honest opinion. It's not a great racing circuit. It's not a bad track to just drive around. It's pretty challenging. It's very fast in certain sections. Can be quite demanding too. But a lot of the action that takes place around here comes from the drama and the crashes that happen here rather than the racing. Those areas in particular to look out for this race is probably the high-speed left-right section of turns 11 and 12. Incredibly easy to make a mistake there, incredibly easy for the car to step out, lose control, and put you into one of the welcoming barriers lining the racetrack, as we can see from Carson's point of view. That engine sounds horrible. Why does it sound like that? Oh, God, that is so awful. But it's time to finally kickstart this incredibly long season. We've got 24 rounds to look forward to. So a very, very long season indeed. A lot of racing to take place. And it's quite a competitive field of cars. Now, we saw in the pre-season sort of test, I suppose, of what we should expect from this season. The information that it gave us that the Aston Martin pairing of Passassin and Fredhead is going to be incredibly competitive. The Williams pairing of Tasmanian Devil and Breezy are going to challenge them as much as they can. But we also have some hidden factors that weren't present at the pre-season race. That being the Alfa Romeo pairing of KD 1997 and SMM Bean. Both drivers I know are incredibly quick in this F1 game, particularly KD. His time trial leaderboards look unbelievably fast. Another one to look out for is the man in the Ferrari, Fenrique. An incredibly quick Brazilian. I'm sure he's going to be towards the front of the field. But we're not quite sure who's going to be placed where, as we already have the first retirement, and it's Breezy. Already. And SMM Cameron is out of the session, crashing out. Where is that? That is at the exit of turn 12. So already turn 12 has claimed the driver. As Carson sets the first flying lap, a 1 minute 20.662. So Cameron has lost it here somewhere as Tasmanian Devil goes to the top of the table with a 1 minute 20.456. So already this track bringing out a bit of drama at the very early stages of qualifying. Imagine a lot of drivers qualifying on the soft compound tyre. If I recall correctly from single player, this is a soft to medium racetrack, an easy soft to medium if I recall. But a full field of cars, which is fantastic to see as well. Hopefully we can maintain this over the course of the season. And two cars into the barrier. One of them's KD, the other one's a Ferrari. Is that Wingert out of the session? It is. So 3 retirements. In the first 5 minutes of qualifying. Fellas, in order to finish first you have to finish. Those three not doing a very good job of that. They'll be starting well towards the back of the field for the start of the race. Freddie jumping up to 4th place with a 21.3. Only 6 drivers setting times at the moment. Bursey has invalidated. JCK, quite a quick driver from F1 2020. Very aggressive, hard racer. He'll be one to watch, particularly in the midfield. He's actually sporting the Mick Schumacher helmet. Righto. Fair enough, I suppose. He must be in the Mick Schumacher car. Heading towards turns 11 and 12, where we've seen a few drivers being cleaned up here. Fast left in, fast right. Very difficult to get right, though. As you saw there with JCK, the car understeering at the entry to turn 12. Lunacy, the only Australian in the field for this season, driving the Alpine. One of the more stunning looking cars on the grid, in my opinion. Heading towards 11 and 12. Gets it turned in very nicely. Or a lot of understeer and exit, spinning and into the barrier. Retirement number 4. My goodness me. I mean, if they're doing this in qualifying, I can only imagine what it's going to be like in the race. And that actually brings up a very interesting point that I forgot to mention right at the beginning. Is that we're not using dynamic weather anymore. We're using a custom weather system that actually goes off the real-life conditions at the location. So for qualifying, as you can see, it's nice and sunny, not a cloud in the sky. For the race itself, though, it will be cloudy, but no rain expected. I say expected because traditionally, Codemaster games, the weather system can be a bit wonky. So it's supposed to be no rain, but who knows? SWM Beam making his way through the 3rd sector. Rounding turn 15 into the critical turn 16. Needs to now the exit, DRS open towards the finish line. Not a very competitive lap from being a 22.5. Lopez. Now, in F1 2020, he transitioned to the wheel, moving away from the pad. We'll see how much his pace has improved with his transition. Driving in the Red Bull. Ooh, bit of a hairy moment there at the second to last corner. He must be in the Sergio Perez mobile, because he's sporting the Sergio Perez helmet, crossing the line. Oh, sorry. He must be on. That must have been an outlap he was on. Tell you what, we're right on board. Take you on a guided tour of Albert Park, or maybe no. He understeers wide at turn 2, and that's another retirement. Kitten Petter is out of the session. Same with JD. Both of them crashing out. Go on board with Bean here. We should be able to see them. There they are. Oh, and Bean almost collects them. My goodness. We're down to 14 cars. And we're not even at the halfway mark, I'm pretty sure, in this session. Actually, we're closing in on the halfway mark. We're about 30 odd seconds away. Lopez spins. Does a nice flick spin to get it going. And there goes Arba, who is on a flying lap. No, he's not. He is invalidated, so he's not on a flying lap. Fenrique at the top of the table with a 1:20.145. He is just over 3/10 clear of Tasmanian Devil in P2. Another driver we didn't get to see in pre-season testing was TTG Carson in the Haas. Currently 3rd quickest. I'm sure he'll be trying to find a bit more time. Start on the front row. My goodness. This man was rapid at Interlagos in that qualifying session. He out-qualified everyone by a tremendously large margin. Can he replicate that here in Melbourne? Sector 2 split, looking quite comfortable. In fact, he's not pushing at all. He's backing out. There's a car in front pulling off to the side. That's Bean getting out of the way. So Possession, is he going to try and set a flying lap here? Yeah, Kitten Petter. Yeah, you really love Melbourne, don't you? It's a tough circuit when you get it wrong. The barriers are fairly close to the racetrack. If you do make a mistake and you do go off, you're going to hit one of them. Tasmanian Devil not pushing. Carson looks like he is. Exiting turn 10, that doesn't exist anymore. This section has gone under a bit of renovation, making it a lot... Oh, spinning into the barrier! My goodness, does no one want to finish this session? That's what... Oh my goodness. Freddie has jumped up to second place with a 20.3. Where else is Lopez? There he is. Why is it showing me this camera view? Right on board. He's on a flying lap. Freddie pulling off to the side. Oh, that's why his sector 1 time was massive there. Apparently he's done sector 1 in 1 minute and 8 seconds. Roughly. It's good to see this game is completely broken. And that's the other Haas, JCK. He's out of qualifying. No one wants to finish. There he is, turn 12. Dead. Like his fellow racing drivers. His fellow, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 retirements. My goodness. And Lopez has invalidated his lap, but he might have a go here. He's got all the battery in the world to use, but probably copped a warning there. He had all 4 wheels over the white line. No, the track isn't red, so this is a legal lap. Oh, but very sideways, entering turn 2. Opens the DRS slot, heading towards turn 3. The primary overtaking spot on this racetrack. Through turn 4. Into the fast right-hander of turn 5. Another chaotic spot on the racetrack. If you get it wrong, you'll easily end up in the barrier. Through the chicane that has also been revised. And an invalidation for Lopez. He's got 5.5 minutes left. Bursey has jumped up to P3 with a 20.4 and spins out. Or you have to be careful now. You can't just back it up into any wall, seeing as every part of the car can be damaged. If he slammed into that wall, his rear wing might have been destroyed. Here comes Tasmanian Devil on a flying lap. Through turn 3. Then turn 4. Uses the curb nicely. Through turn 5. Doesn't spin out. Very nice. Into turns 6, 7 and 8. 8 being this long right-hand sweeper. Then into turns 9 and 10. We don't follow this route anymore. Oh, right up towards the wall. Now towards turns 11 and 12. 7th gear, 6th gear at the apex. Turns nicely sliding, but he catches it well. Rounding turn 13, another potential overtaking spot, running wide onto the grass though. Bit of a sloppy third sector. Gears are a bit all over the place. And he's going into the pits with just under 4 minutes left in the session. So at this point, I believe the drivers will be preparing themselves to do the final flying lap in this qualifying session. SWM being up by almost 0.2 of a second in the second sector. KD just behind, making his way through turn 12. Coming through the third sector now. Being very much under control here. DRS Open towards the finish line. Being set to 21.5, goes 8th quickest KD. Jumps up to second place with a 1 minute 20.255. He's just over a 10th behind Fenrique, who is currently on pole position. Speaking of which, he's on an outlap. This might be his final outlap of this session. Sporting a Massa-esque helmet design. Very nice looking design. Fits with the car choice as well. Can this man improve? Passassin is on an outlap. He's yet to set a time though. But we know how quick that kid can be. We saw it at Interlagos during pre-season testing, how quick Passassin can be. Can he challenge for pole position, or will he start 19th on the grid? So here we go. Fenrique rounding the final corner. 1 minute and 45 seconds left in the session. He begins potentially his final flying lap. Through turns 1 and 2. Negotiates it well. Opens DRS KD, retiring in the pits. His session is done. The best he can hope for is second place. Through turn 3. Through turn 4. Nice and gentle on the throttle. 5th gear, 6th gear. Through turn 5. 7th. Towards the chicane of 6 and 7. Brings it down to 4th gear. Easy on the throttle. Through turn 8. Heading towards 9 and 10. A critical sector split is coming up just before turn 11. What does the clock say? Up by 2 3/4 tenths of a second. This is looking like it's going to be a high 19. Through turn 13, 3rd gear, short shifting to 4th, 5th gear, 6, into turn 14. Then into turn 15. Negotiates it nicely. Then the critical final corner. Gets on the throttle as early as he dares. Towards the finish line. He sets a 1:19.613. Can anybody challenge that lap time? Can this man? Cos Passassin. Purple to the second sector. Negotiates turn 12 very nicely. Towards 13. Gets on the brakes hard. 3rd gear, short shifts to 4th. Through turn 14. 2 more corners to negotiate for Passassin. Who will take pole position here at Albert Park? Will it be Fenrique? Will it be Passassin? Crossing the line. It's a 19.9. It's not enough. It's a quick lap, but it's only good enough for P2. Freddy has invalidated. His session is done. Same with Tasmanian Devil. Lopez. His session might be over. I'm not sure. Believe it might be. The clock definitely suggests such a thing. Yep, he'll be coming into the pits. That's qualifying over. And it'll be Fenrique on pole position by just under 0.3 of a second. What a mega lap right at the end. And Passassin, that's a very good lap as well, considering the circumstances. He had no time prior to completing that lap. So if he invalidated, he would have started 19th. With all that pressure, he's negotiated it well, and he'll be starting on the front row. Just behind will be KD 1997, and then Passassin's teammate Fredhead in P4. But what a chaotic qualifying session that was. A lot of retirements. And pretty much all of them coming at turn 12 as well. Right. So Fenrique, Passassin on the front row. KD, Freddie on the second. Just outside of the top four, we have Andy Wu in the McLaren. Then Berzier, good qualifying from him, P6. Tasmanian Devil, P7. Then Carson in P8. Arbar in 9th. And Lopez rounds out the top 10. The top 10 are going to be starting on the soft compound tyre as well. Just outside of the top 10, we have Barma in P11. Bean, a disappointing P12, I'm sure. JCK, Asio, Breezy, Kitten Petter, Lunacy, JD, Cameron, and Wing It. 6 of them not setting a time during that qualifying session. What a dramatic one indeed. No, Bodhod is busy at the moment, I believe, Kitten. But he does have the TAS relay up. So if you want to have a look at the TAS information, it's there to see. An interesting update, JMFD. Possesson's wheel keeps getting an update firmware on the rim, but there's no update needed. That's very strange. Well, hopefully that won't impact him too much during the race. Hopefully. He's in a very nice position on the front row. And I believe he'll have the inside line for turn 1. So if he nails it out of the box, he might just be in the lead for the start of the race. Yes, he is on the inside. So the drivers will set off on the formation lap. There is the predicted tyre stop strategy for Fenrique. Soft to hards, that's the important one. So perhaps it's not a soft to medium race around here, as I initially thought. Very interesting. Let's have a quick look at the tyre situation. If I could find it. Here it is. We better have a look outside the top 10. So we know the top 10, we're all starting on the soft compound. Outside of it, though, Barmer and P11 starting on the softs as well. Bean, though, alternate strategy. A bit of a gamble here. Starting on the medium compound. JCK in 13th on the softs. Same with Asio in 14th place. Breezy, after crashing out very early in qualifying, starting on the medium tyre. Kitten Petter, P16 on the softs. Lunacy on the mediums. His teammate JD on the softs. Cameron in P19 on the mediums. And same with Wingit, who starts at the back of the field. So a Ferrari starting at the front and a Ferrari starting right at the back. Quite possibly it's the biggest Ferrari sandwich I've ever seen, because it has 18 cars in between. So for those medium runners, they need to be quite careful off the line. They won't have the grip initially compared to the soft tyre. It'll be interesting to see what they do as well. Do they do a medium soft or do they do a medium hard? I saw with Fenrique, the predicted tyre stop strategy suggested a soft to hard. The other one was a two-stop, a soft medium, I'm pretty sure, and they won't be doing that around here. No way. So we'll take away the detail for now, and we'll get ready for the start of this race here at Melbourne. Leaders lining up into their respective grid slot. We'll be just waiting a Wingit to line up into his. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The start of a new season of racing here on Contest of Speed. Season 8 is about to begin. 20 revving engines and 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. Fenrique converts well, but it's the Aston Martin of Fredhead who's down the inside at turn 1, but he doesn't fight it. Very interesting. He got a superb start off the line, and my goodness, what's happened behind? The two leaders have bolted, and Fredhead's down to last. He has spun out. What a superb start he had. He was right behind his teammate, and somehow he's plummeted all the way down to last, the midfield, battling their way through Sector 1. Just trying to find a bit of racetrack to drive on. And spinning! Into the barrier! It's the two Haasers! The teammates have collected one another on the first lap. Oh, and Freddie avoided that very well. But Carson and JCK are now 19th and 20th. Passassin is leading the way as well. I noticed he overtook Fenrique in the first sector. But Fenrique is in hot pursuit. He is right behind the Aston Martin, ready to attack. JCK has retired from the session at the exit of turn 10. The drama hasn't ended here at Albert Park. We've still got a lot of racing to go. That is unbelievable. So plenty of incidents on the first lap. But Passassin is leading the way, followed by Fenrique, KD in third, Andy in fourth, Tasmanian Devil P5, Lopez and Arbar battling for position as they head towards turn 1. Arbar takes P6. Then we have Burzy, Arbar's teammate, in 8th place. Then it's Barmer in P9, Asio in P10. Carson is into the pits, going to replace that front wing as Asio spins. Kit and Peta collected in that. Both lose a lot of position. Thank goodness ghosting was turned on. More carnage in Sector 1, and that's Freddie. Oh, and spinning is Asio. Oh, he manages to collect it, though. My goodness. Back towards the front. Fenrique is right there, ready to pounce. Sitting in the slipstream. Spinning is KD into the barrier, and he is not out. Unbelievable. Typically, when a driver crashes there, they're normally out of the race, but KD manages to keep the car going, but he plummets all the way to the back end of the field, and he has no front wing, so he'll have to come in to the pits. He goes into the gravel trap. Oh dear. Oh, and a spinning. That's lunacy. He now drops down to 16th place, but he still has a front wing on his car, so he'll keep going. My goodness, I have no idea where to look. The drama is happening everywhere at the moment. And that's Lopez, is it? Yes, it is. He has spun. That's at the exit of turn 2. He's now dropped to 14th place. My goodness me. I want to have a look at the battle at the front. Oh, the guys in the midfield want to have accidents. My goodness. Fenrique still on the gearbox of Passassin. He now has DRS to assist him. Needs to make full use of it. Through 11 and 12. Fenrique opens DRS and he's on the attack. Down the inside he goes into 30. They make contact! And Passassin hangs on. Only just hangs on. Now he's got to worry about the 2 DRS zones on the pit straight and the straight after. Here we go, exiting the final corner. DRS open for Fenrique. He closes in. He's using overtake. You can see the green bar right there on the steering wheel. Down the inside into turn 1. He makes it stick. Passassin keeps his nose there on the outside. DRS open again for Fenrique. But Passassin has the inside line for turn 3. He keeps it there too. But Fenrique has the inside line for 4. Wheel-to-wheel contact there. Passassin is still there. But he finally relinquishes first place for now. Passassin just slotting back into second. Andy having a battle with Tasmanian Devil. This is for P3. And just behind is Arbar in P5. 8/10 behind the Williams car. Oh, and something's happened to Passassin. He's lost a lot of time. He's outside of a second to Fenrique. He was right on his gearbox. Will he get DRS? Yes, he will. Close back in. And that is 2 incidents on track. One of them's KD. The other is Lunacy, I believe. Tasmanian Devil gets through into P3. Andy, though, right there, ready to retake that third place. Cameron gets a 3-second time penalty, the first penalty of Season 8. The first penalty of the AM1 Championship, I should say. Into turn 1, then turn 2. Tasmanian Devil gets a superb run at the exit of 2. I don't think Andy will be close enough to attack here. Though he's certainly going to try. Shows the nose, cuts onto the grass, but no contact between the two. Oh, but a bit of a moment there from Andy. Arba too far behind to capitalise, but he makes another mistake at turn 5 towards the chicane of 6 and 7. Gap shrinks up a bit more. Tasmanian Devil starting to pull away. Oh, and Andy very wide there at turn 8. Through turn 10. Heading towards 11 and 12. A hot spot for incidents over the course of this race and in qualifying as well. Drivers get through with relative ease. Persasson on the attack. Is he close enough here to go for first place? Oh, he's very close to hitting Fenrique. Breezy and Kitten Pata battling for position. That's for P9 at the moment. I don't think Persasson will be close enough to attack here. No, he definitely won't be close enough to attack, surely. No big send from Persasson. Lopez, a 3-second time penalty. Tasmanian Devil still hanging on to third place, but he hasn't pulled away from Andy. Andy has found a bit of form, has closed in on the Williams. Arba just following suit. Waiting. Oh my goodness, KD is out of the race. Our second retirement, and our safety car has been deployed. Now this may benefit the soft runners quite a bit, because I reckon the majority of them will go onto the hard tyre. They must take advantage of this. They have to. You see the top 8 runners, all of them on the soft compound. The only driver who isn't in the top 10 is Breezy in P9. But surely everybody pits. They have to. Onto the hard tyre and try to go to the end. Get ready to see a lot of pit stop shenanigans. Here we go, into the pits comes Fenrique. Persasson follows suit. Tasmanian Devil, Andy, Arba, Barmer, Bursey, JD. Breezy though backing off, that's because of the Delta. He comes into the pits as well. I think everybody will be coming in. You can't not take advantage of this. Interesting. Medium tyres for Tasmanian Devil. Persasson is in front of Fenrique. Persasson is in front of Fenrique, and he is on the medium tyre. Fenrique must have been held in the pits, and as a result, he's now second. That may prove to be crucial in the story of this race. Because Fenrique, not only is he behind now, he's got a tyre deficit as well. Lopez staying out on old rubber. Interesting decision. Freddie onto the soft tyre. An interesting decision there from Freddie. Now will he come into the pits? He will. Interesting. So this will meet the tyre compound requirement. He did 1 lap on the soft tyre. And what will he go on to? Another set of mediums. On they go and out of the pits. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, it's helped these guys out quite a bit. Those who had incidents earlier on in the race. Hopefully they'll be able to catch on to the back of the train. How about that? The first safety car of this race. I have a feeling, though, it might not be the last one. We'll see. Hello, Alpo. Long time no see. Hopefully you enjoy the race, mate. It's quite unfortunate we don't see you here on the grid. Would have been quite interesting to see you here, but hopefully you'll still enjoy the race as a spectator as much as a driver. What's going on back there? People pulling off to the side. I noticed, just getting out of line. I'm not sure what Lopez's game plan here is. I mean, you're now a pit stop behind everybody. I mean, cool, you've got track position, but you're on significantly older tyres. I mean, if it works out, it works out. You know. If he comes home to win this race, then he'll look like a genius. I suppose why not in his position? Oh, very nice of you, Alpha. Peter, care to explain? You're out of the race, bud. Peter? Where are you, Peter? I know you're watching this. Where are you, mate? What happened? We're on the safety car, and you're out. What happened? Because that's not normal. To crash under SC, you might not want to talk about it. Right, so retirement number 3 has come under safety car. Kitten Petter has magically crashed at turn 7. I don't know. I don't know what to say. He just crashed. He's out. Under safety car. What happened? I'm so lost. But I think this might be the last lap under safety car. I have a feeling. Freddie will be catching on to the back end of the train. There he is. Line up behind Lunacy. Now, all of these guys, I imagine, will be planning to go to the end of the race. Except for Lopez. Oh, hang on a minute. What's going on here? Don't want to do this overtaking stuff under safety car. It can glitch it out. Oh, it has too. Has Arbach got an illegal overtake? He has too. Let me guess, Barmer will have to give it back as well. No, safety car in this lap. So, I'm pretty sure Barmer was in P7. He somehow overtook Arbach. Am I right in saying that? I'm not sure. Maybe Barmer was always in P6. I'm just imagining things. We'll find out in a moment anyway. Lopez, a 5-second penalty. Severe collision with Andy. And Andy, I believe, has a penalty too. 5 seconds next to his name for a severe collision. If they pit again during this race, which Lopez definitely will, he'll have to serve the penalty. Now we're back under green flag racing here at Albert Park. And pulling off to the side is Barber. And here comes Tasmanian Devil on the attack. Round the outside here at turn 1. Can't make it stick there. Fenrique making his cut. Oh, and into the barrier is Lopez. He is out of the race. He's out. Retirement number 4. Immediately after the restart. Tasmanian Devil is through as well. I just noticed. He's through into second. Passassin has bolted. A gap of already 1.5 seconds between P1 and 2. It's not good for Fenrique. Not good at all. He has Andy right behind. Barmer in P5. Ascio and Carson exchanging places there, it seems. P13 and 14. Oh, Barmer, a bit of a moment there at the exit of turn 12. He manages to catch it though. He has JD following suit, ready to attack. Cameron and Bean, the two SMM boys side by side heading towards 14. Cameron is through, P11 for the Mercedes driver. Breezy on the attack. He's got Bersey in his sights, using overtake. Bersey though pulling away. He too is using overtake. Into turn 1. Breezy, a bit of a shocking run there. He won't be able to attack into turn 3. Bean, what's happened to Cameron? Oh, very tight there. Cameron and Freddie side by side. And Cameron hangs on. He's got Carson in front. He got into an incident with his teammate as Fenrique cops a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. These medium runners are trying to get a move on. They know full well their tyres are going to die off towards the end. So they need to make up positions now. Being trying to hang on. Through 11 and 12. Oh, an understeer. And through goes Carson. A costly error from Bean. And what a move from Carson as well. Great car control to not hit Bean there at such a high speed corner. Takes P11. Oh, as DRS is enabled. Being a bit of understeer there. Bit more understeer there too. Not quite hitting the apex. Bean goes to the inside. Will he just back off here? I think he will. We'll try and slot in behind Cameron. There we go. I guess Bean understanding he's not on the quicker tyre. There is no point fighting. Back towards the front guys, shall we? Andy. He's got Barmer right on his gearbox. Towards 6 and 7. Gap now 3/10. Through turn 8. Man, that Mercedes looks a lot quicker. Into turn 9. He looks. Doesn't commit to a move though. Probably a very sensible decision. Into the high-speed complex of turns 11 and 12. Barmer, he'll get a lot of dirty air. But he gets through the complex quite well. He has DRS. He's closing in rapidly. Looks to the inside. Goes for it. Oh, but Andy, superb driving. Round the outside, he hangs on. And there's a lot of movement in the midfield. Oh, as JD almost goes into the rear of Barmer's Mercedes. Onto the pit straight. He'll have DRS. He's using overtake. Andy moving to the inside, trying to break the toe. He'll hang on to the inside too. Force Barmer around the outside, but he'll have the inside line for turn 2. They're still side by side, heading into the second DRS zone. Towards turn 3, and here comes JD down the inside into turn 3. Can he pull this off? He just might. They're still 3 wide into turn 4. They're still 3 wide. Oh, but I can't believe what he's seeing in P8. P7 rather. As Bersey has a moment at turn 3. But what an exchange there. I thought JD was going to pull that off down the inside of turn 3, but Barmer and Andy remain committed. Contact at turn 10, and Barmer's through into 4th. And here comes JD on the attack towards turns 11 and 12. He's through, and that's Freddie. He's made a mistake at the exit of turn 10. These guys get through quite nicely. Arbar on the attack though, looking round the outside into turn 13. Contact! Spinning! Is JD! Oh, more contact as Carson collects the Alpine. He gets it going again, but he's now down to 14th, maybe 15th. Freddie is coming. Deary me, and there's Breezy, all the way at the back here. Something's happened to the Williams, that's for sure. Oh, he's made a pit stop. He might have got damage at some point. Had to pit to replace the front wing. It's quite unfortunate for the Williams driver. Carson losing a few positions. What's happened here? Has he made a mistake? Must have. He lost 3 positions at once. And into the barrier! That has been! Both Alfa Romeos are out of the race. No points, and a safety car has been deployed. My goodness, the drama is not stopping. We're at the halfway mark, and a speeding penalty for Fredhead. He'll have to serve that drive-through at some point. Incredibly unfortunate. But there we go. Let's have a look at the penalties just for a moment, seeing as we have a bit of free time to look at them. Several drivers with penalties. 3 seconds for Fenrique, Andy with 5, 3 with Arbar, and Cameron and Asio. Carson has 3, and a drive-through for Fredhead. Fenrique! Fenrique! What has happened to Fenrique? He's out of the race! Where is his car? I can see the dot. There it is! Fenrique is out. How? What? What? And for Tasmanian Devil now has 10 seconds worth of penalties. Hang on a minute. Will this explain it? Let's have a look. Race director. Incidents. Most recent one. We might have to scroll down a fair bit. A severe collision with Fenrique twice. And Fenrique out of the race. Clearly there's definitely a connection between these two things. That is insanely unfortunate though for Fenrique. A superb performance in qualifying will result in nothing. No points. Nada. It's Tasmanian Devil in the lead. Passassin and P2. That's lap traffic. Breezy. What will he do? Surely he'll just pit and get himself out of the way. My goodness. Caught in a DUI and drunkenly hooked up with 3 fags. That is a great excuse, Kizim Pezza, for what happened to you at the first safety car. That is magnificent. A great bit of word writing there. They need to put that quote on your tombstone, because that's fantastic. Yeah, that's quite unfortunate, Dean. And, oh god, what's happened here? The Tasmanian Devil's backed off. Breezy's trying to overtake the safety car. Will he get disqualified? Maybe not. We're right on board, see what happens. Because he's just overtaking his teammate, and he's just overtaken the safety car too. Has Breezy just successfully unlapped himself? I reckon he might have. Breezy has unlapped himself. How about that? How about that? We had a look at penalties. What about the tyre situation? So Passassin has pitted in. Ooh, he's backed off a lot. He must have got a delta just then. I saw that little green number appear just below the gear number indicator. So I reckon a delta just appeared on Breezy's point of view. Safety car in this lap. That was a quick safety car. So Passassin pitted for new tyres. Tasmanian Devil staying out on worn mediums. Lunacy and P3 on worn hards. Same with Bursey and JD. Then a whole heap of fresh tyres. Barmer, Arba, Asio, Andy, Wingit, Cameron, Carson. Freddie's on soft compound tyres. A risky ploy, but he's got a drive-through penalty, so why not? Breezy trying to catch up as best he can. Tasmanian Devil trying to back off probably. Just, oh wait, no. Has he gone already? I reckon he has. He's bolted. That's a very quick restart. Oh, and something's happened to Bursey. He has spun out onto the gravel. And Cameron as well? Yes, he's got damage. So, 2 incidents at the safety car restart. Tasmanian Devil leading the way. He's got Passassin right behind on fresh rubber. Looking round the outside, the Aston Martin driver. And something's happened to one of the Alpines. It's JD. He's plummeted to 10th. Tasmanian Devil trying to defend as best he can. Passassin trying to find a way past as early as possible. Through the chicane and into the right-hand sweeper of turn 8. Towards 9 and 10. Trying to find a way past, but he's unable to do so. Lunacy hanging on to P3. He's got a bit of a margin to Barmer behind, but he knows he's on fresh rubber. Here comes Passassin. Can't go and can't overtake there. He had a look. Breezy has retired from the session. Retirement number 7. Passassin looking left and right. Applying as much pressure as he can to Tasmanian Devil. Into turn 15. A few drivers leaving this session who were spectating earlier. Onto the pit straight. Tasmanian Devil moves to the inside to try and break the toe. Moves back onto the racing line. Tasmanian Devil, he's going to have to put on a defensive masterclass if he wants to try and hang on to this. All the cards are in Passassin's favour. But Passassin can't find a way past just yet. There's Lunacy. 2 seconds behind. That's Cameron. He's had an incident. He flick spins the car. Facing back in the right direction. He gets going once again. Into turns 9 and 10. The non-existent turns 9 and 10. And Cameron's out of the race. Retirement number 8. He's crashed at turn 13. No safety car, not even a VSC. Oh, through the high-speed complex. Turns 11 and 12 towards turns 13. Will Passassin go for it here? Round the outside. Tasmanian Devil squeezes him off. The Williams driver maintaining the lead. Round 15. Round 16, the final corner. DRS should be enabled. At the end of this lap, it is enabled. Assassin, he now has an extra toy to play with in trying to pass Tasmanian Devil. Lunacy. He's now got a train forming behind. Trying to hang on as best he can. It's going to be a very hard task to hang on to this P3. Barmer right behind in 4th place on fresh medium tyres. Same with Arba and Axio and Andy and Wingett and Carson. Assassin, you'll now have DRS. Can he take advantage of it? He's used a little bit of overtake. He'll close in. Won't close in enough though. Rounding turn 14. Gets around turn 15. Oh, hang on. That's Wingett. He's had an incident. He spun out. He gets it going. He's still in the top 10. Assassin on the attack. I don't think he'll try and overtake here at turn 1. He might try and get alongside Tasmanian Devil for the following straight, but the Williams driver hangs on. For now, Assassin opens DRS, not using overtake. Tasmanian Devil committing to the inside. He'll try and push him wide. He tries, and he hangs on. Good bit of driving there. He really does need to try and get his elbows out. And Carson is out of the race. He has crashed out in a similar fashion to Bean. And another safety car has been deployed. Another twist in the tail. Couldn't see his car. His car despawned, unfortunately. And that's in the same spot with Bean. We're down to 11 cars. Freddie gets another lifeline too. Unbelievable. The field really is bunching up. Oh, I know what Tasmanian Devil's ploy is. He's trying to back the field up to help his teammate. This is smart, but he has to try and not go too slow. Otherwise, Assassin will be able to overtake him. The game will give out a prompt to the cars behind. If the car in front is travelling too slowly, they are allowed to overtake. I imagine everyone will be pitting in. Or not! Tasmanian Devil stays out. No one's going to pit for soft rubber. Lunacy is. Andy is, Wingett is, JD is, Bursey is. I suppose track position around here is incredibly important. Very difficult to pass at Albert Park. But Lunacy, he was on old hard tyres. He had to pit on the fresh rubber, and he's in P6. So he hasn't lost too many positions at all, and he's on fresh rubber. Freddie hasn't pitted at all. He jumps up to P6 now. But he's on old tyres, 7-lap old softs. My goodness. My goodness. What a crazy race this has been. 3 safety cars, 9 retirements, and we've still got plenty of laps to go. We've got 5 drivers on the medium tyre, one of which is on 14-lap-old mediums. We've got 6 soft runners left, one of which is on 7-lap-old softs. Well then. Who's going to win this race? And penalties are going to play a massive part in this. Tasmanian Devil has 10 seconds. Abba and Ashio have 3. Bursey has 8. With the field as bunched up as it is now, it's going to be tough for those drivers to get a good finish. But then again, if they do finish, only one driver will be outside the point scoring places. Into the pits goes somebody. Asio. He comes in. soft tyres going onto the car. He drops down to 11th. But he's on fresh rubber. Basically giving a license to himself to push. He does have that penalty next to his name as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he does. Right. I imagine the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. In which case we'll have, what will that be, 7 laps to go. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 7 laps. And who knows, we might have another safety car in between that period. You never know. Or maybe even a VSC. You haven't seen one of those yet. But I imagine the virtual burned Maylander is getting pretty used to Albert Park with the amount of tours he's done here. Now, safety car will be in this lap. Tasmanian Devil will back up the field to allow the virtual burned Maylander to go back into the pits. Then we'll have a 7-lap shootout, more or less. This is going to be quite a crazy finish, I imagine. And he's bolted. What a restart from Devil. He's caught the field nap. He caught me napping. But he's going. We are back under green flag racing in Melbourne. It is 7 laps to the checkered flag. Who will win this crazy race? Passassin closing back in. His fresher tyres helping him out. But what about the soft runners? The first of which is Freddie, but he's on old rubber. He's right behind Arbar, applying pressure. Right behind, ready to attack. There's Passassin and Devil battling for position. We'll have a look in just a moment. Lunacy is right behind, ready to attack. Passassin round the outside. Tasmanian Devil is having none of it though. He hangs on. What about back here? Lunacy. He's very close. Arbo being a bit of a cork in the bottle. Driver's having a hard time getting by. Freddie though, will he look? No, he won't. Wingin and Andy battling for position. That is for P7. And because of that little scrap, the gap has opened up a little bit between Andy and Lunacy. Though it's closing up quite quickly. 6 laps to go. These soft runners really need to try and get a move on. They need to be aggressive. Need to be assertive. Oh, and Arba has a colossal moment, but he catches it. But Freddie goes through. Arba fights. He'll have the inside line for turn 4, but he can't hang on. Freddie's through into 4th place. Lunacy, can he capitalise? Not quite. Oh, he hits the back of Arba. He spins onto the gravel. He plummets down to 11th place. A costly error. Arba goes down to 7th. Towards the front though, Passassin is attacking. Towards 11 and 12. Barmer, a 3-second time penalty. That's massive. He's in 3rd place. And the 3 cars behind him don't have a penalty. He might lose out on a podium finish because of that. What a defensive display from Tasmanian Devil though, hanging on for as long as he has. Arba though has had a moment. He's missing a front wing. He'll have to come into the pits and get that replaced, as DRS is now enabled for the final 5 laps of this race here in Melbourne. Assassin right on Tasmanian Devil's gearbox. Arba has retired, making it 10 retirements over the course of this race, meaning everybody who finishes will score something. Through turn 8, the gap is 3.5 tenths of a second, and that's Asio, and Tasmanian Devil's blown it. He's gone off the road completely, and here comes Barber. He's alongside Passassin. They're side by side. Migrating host. Oh, maybe that's what. Wait. No, wait. Tasmanian Devil is back in the lead. Oh, it was a colossal lag spike there. So Tasmanian Devil's still in the lead. It was just Arbar leaving the session. Oh my goodness. I was going to say, how did Devil blow that? I was wondering, did he get a puncture or something? But no, he's still leading. He's still in front. 4 laps to go. At this race, Possession will win, as Tasmanian Devil does have a 10-second time penalty. On down the inside, Andy on Freddie. Freddie's bumped off the circuit. And spinning is Wingett. And spinning is Bursey, I believe. No, it's Passassin! Passassin has spun at turn 4. He has dropped down to 8th place. So who's technically leading then? It's Andy in the McLaren. As Tasmanian Devil has a 10-second time penalty, Barmer has a 3-second time penalty. It means Andy is in the lead. So the battle between Andy and JD, that's the battle for the lead now. Freddie is not too far behind as well. My goodness. Wingett on the attack in the slipstream using DRS. Bursey defends hard, so Wingett goes round the outside. Commits to it. What a move from the Ferrari into P6. Onto the pitch straight. 3 laps to go of what has been a dramatic race at Albert Park. Oh, and wait. JD's off the road. Did Andy make a mistake? He has wing damage. I thought the McLaren looked slow at turn 2. JD has wing damage. He went up the rear of the McLaren. He's now got a missing end plate. The battle for the lead is now between Fred and Andy. My goodness. Tasmanian Devil still hanging on to the lead on track. He will lose it though. You can see 10 seconds. Barmer with 3. Oh, and he has a moment at turn 12. That could have ended his race. But he's hung on. Just. Passassin making his way back towards the front. He's into P5. With all the drama that has been going on, there's still a chance he might win this. Lunacy, a 3-second time penalty. JD, oh, how unfortunate is that? Will he be coming into the pits or will he try and stay out? He'll try and stay out. Oh no, he is going in. He's going in. Towards the front, there's Tasmanian Devil. Barmer is next, then Andy and Freddie. Through turn 3. Into 4. Andy knows his position. I believe he'll know that Tasmanian Devil and Barmer have penalties. So he just has to worry about the car behind. To think that Freddie would be in a position to win this race. It's quite remarkable considering what's happened. And Passassin is flying. Gap is now 4.2 seconds. Freddie closing in. Will he go for it here? Oh, he looked. He thought about it. But he's understeered wide, losing time. He needs to stick with Andy. Rounding the final corner now for the second last time. Tasmanian Devil will begin the final lap. Lap 29 of 29. Barmer in second. Andy in third. On track. Using DRS, he closes in on the Mercedes. Freddie, he's now right behind Andy once again. The gap now between P4 and 5, now 3.5. We've got 2/3 of the lap to go. Freddie makes a mistake. It's cost him a little bit of time, but he's still there. Through the chicane, another tiny mistake, and a 3-second time penalty. One small error, and it's cost him dearly. Andy, though, cops a 3-second penalty. The drama hasn't ended here. This has put Passassin into a potential position to win this race. Andy and Freddie side by side. Can Barmer win this race? Who's going to win here in Australia? Tasmanian Devil, though, a superb defensive display at the front of the field. He will cross the line in first, but he will not win this race. But who will? Barmer's going to cross the line. He takes first. Andy jumps up. Freddie jumps to P3. Passassin is second by 1/10 of a second. Unbelievable. He could have won only 1/10 in it. Barmer wins the Australian Grand Prix by the smallest of margins. Incredible. What drama at Albert Park. This has to be the single greatest race I have ever seen around this terrible racetrack. Unbelievable. Driver of the day going to wing it 88 in the Ferrari. My goodness. How about that? On the last lap, in the last sector. That's what dictated this race. Wow. What can I say? .126 seconds. 0.126 seconds. That is incredible. Andy, P3. Freddie, 4th place. How did Freddie finish 4th after what happened? Tasmanian Devil 5th. Wing It in 6th from 20th. Asio 7th. Burzy in 8th. And Lunacy P9 from 17th. And JD in 10th place, making it a double points finish for Alpine. 10 retirements over the course of this race. So much drama, so much action in both qualifying and the race. And it didn't even rain. Could you imagine if it rained? 3 safety cars, 10 retirements, and 0.126 seconds. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I can say with absolute confidence that that's probably the best race I've seen in F1 2021 so far. That's not bad at all. My god. Barmer out of nowhere. Legit. That 3-second penalty, for the most part, cost him a potential podium. But right at the finish, right at the death of the race, in the final sector of the final lap, his rivals behind copped 3-second penalties. And then, suddenly Pisassen was back in contention. What a comeback drive from spinning out, pushing absolutely flat out to come so close to victory. A defensive masterclass from Tasmanian Devil as well. And a superb qualifying from Enrique right at the beginning with a 1 minute 19.6. What a season opener. Absolutely fantastic. Haha. Well then, I think that will probably wrap everything up. What a day. What a season opener. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that will wrap up this stream. I am so looking forward to this season. Not too many times in commentary where I'm kind of speechless. I am definitely speechless from that. Well, definitely a lot to look forward to then. But yes, that will wrap everything up here for the opening round of the AM1 Championship here on Contest of Speed. Next week, we move to Europe for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix at Baku City Circuit. So another chaotic, dramatic racetrack. Oh goody. I recommend tuning in for a few more of these races too. This is going to be one hell of a season. Until next time, I've been Lane Everingham, and we'll see you next week for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix at Baku. Until then, goodbye.